Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and make progress in your life. This is episode 433 of the Daily 180, and today we're talking about another U word, and that word is upside. Similar to the last time when we were talking about being upset, the upside is part of a dichotomy. There's an upside and a downside to every situation. Most of the time in our lives, when we find ourselves in difficult situations, all we can see is the downside. We see the downside of debt. We see the downside of struggles. We see the downside of conflict. But really, there is an upside to all of those situations. For instance, in debt, the upside to a debt situation is that it can motivate us to find new ways of generating income, perhaps developing a side hustle, or maybe just becoming a little bit more careful with the way that we spend our money. The upside to conflict is that we may identify for ourselves skills in resolving conflict that we haven't found in the past. Or we may identify that by having conflict with someone and listening to them during that process of coming to some kind of a resolution, that we learn something new that we didn't know before. Ultimately, every situation that we're going through has an upside. Now, by talking about the upside and by encouraging us to focus on the upside, I do not mean to downplay the fact that situations that we find ourselves in can be very difficult and very stressful and very challenging. But my experience has been that if I keep my focus on the downside, I never really identify any way of being able to get out of the situation that I'm in. All I do is solidify that situation and make it insurmountable, make it impossible to be able to escape. But when I focus on the upside, on the things that I might be learning or that I could be learning to demonstrate for myself, then I give myself hope. Hope is ultimately the thing that gives us motivation to be able to try again. And if that's what I need in order to move forward, then concentrating on the upside may be the smartest thing I can do when I find myself in difficult situations. That's something that I've learned and something that I'm still working with on a day by day basis. But I think it is one of those things that holds a key to being able to make progress for each and every one of us. So hopefully you find it beneficial too. If you do, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment. Love to hear how things are going for you in the comments field. And make sure you share this with anybody else that you think might be able to use a little bit of encouragement to look at the upside. We'd love to have more people join us as we move through the Daily 180. In the meantime, this has been the Daily 180. My name is Todd Wente. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you next time.